this opportunity to thank our outgoing minister, Madam Amina Mohammed, for having appointed me to this council, and we'll work together with our able chairman. He has said much about our heroes, and I'm sure, and as he just said that we have so many heroes. I didn't get the number. 230. Sure 230. Yes. Yeah, 230 heroes. That's a big number. And as he has just said, if you could come tomorrow at the stadium, and then you'll be able to see them. When turning to Kiswahili ni kwamba ningalipenda sana kumshukuru Madam Waziri Amina Mohamed ambaye aliniteua kuwa katika bodi hii, na nimeshukuru kupokelewa na mwenyekiti mkakamavu, na nashukuru nitafanya kazi pamoja na board members wengine ili kuinua sekta hii, na pia vile vile tutaweza kusafiri hapa na pale na kuweza kuwatambua wale ambao ni mashujaa ambao wanawakilisha nchi yetu ya Kenya. Unajua, wengi wanafikiri kwamba mashujaa ni wale ambao wanakimbia mbio peke yake uwanjani, lakini kuna mashujaa wa aina nyingi sana. Kuna wanamuziki ambao ni mashujaa, kuna mashujaa wengi ambao wamefanya mengi kuinua taifa letu la Kenya, ambao majina yao yanasifika nje ya taifa letu la Kenya. Kwa hivyo nimeshukuru sana kujiunga na bodi hii, na tutafanya mengi kwa uwezo wake Mwenyezi Mungu, na tuna katibu katika wizara PS ambaye bila shaka ametunga mkono, na tunawahakikishia kwamba tutafanya mengi katika baraza letu hili.
Asanteni. If you have any questions, any complimentary? Yes, because you are part of the stakeholders now.
My name is Brenda Wanda from CCTV.
Yes.
I would just like to know, you have said you are honoring a number of people from very young ones to quite elderly. You mentioned one of the young ones is Angela. Perhaps you can just tell us the age differences, the youngest and the oldest. And then secondly, what is the difference between what you're giving here and the people you're honoring here and the ones that are usually honored by the honors and awards arrangement? What's the difference between these two sets of honors?
I have earlier said to you, honestly speaking, the Act gives us no age bracket. Last time, the hero we honored was a Standard 7 girl who managed to save her mother. Mother was pregnant. She had to be taken to hospital. It's midnight. There was a heavy rain. She had to take her into a canoe, cross it, and manage to save the lives of her mother. I think she's now in Form 1. We're monitoring all the heroes that we have honored. We have a register, we monitor them. Secondly, the issue of the age bracket, as I've said, is not there. To cap it clearly for you, we honor even posthumously. I may ask you a questions like, do anybody knows Wabera Street? Who is Wabera? Do you know who Wabera is? Do anybody who knows where he comes from? You know the street that runs from Supreme Court to Macmillan Library? Anybody knows who is that Wabera? You see, these are the things. Daudi Dabaso Wabera was the first African district commissioner. He comes from Marsabit County. Marafiki wangu wengi walikuwa kiniambia nikiwauliza wanasema Wabera, si ni Mluya? Because people have no information of who our heroes are. He comes from Marsabit, and he was killed 1 week to our independence when the people of Northern Kenya wanted to secede, and he was among the people, together with a very famous senior chief called Haji Galm Dido. They refused, and they said, we are not going to allow. They have gone to hold a baraza in Madogashe, in Isiolo County. They were coming back, and they were ambushed and killed. That is Wabera, you see, it's called Daudi the Baso Wabera. So such heroes are many, and we need to honor them posthumously. Kwa hivyo mikakati hiyo uliyosema ya umri hatuna sisi. We prepare to do anything as per the constitution. A young, somebody who is not with us in this world, wote ni jukumu letu kuhakikisha kwamba tuwatambue hawa mashujaa wetu kwa vyovyote. And these 230 are from the 47 counties, men and women, youth included. Kwa hivyo ndio vile twafanya. Nimekujibu? Asante. Swali lingine?
About the difference between the heroes being honored here
Yes,
and
about
the words. Yes.
the National Heroes Act, where we are, is also an instrument established by an act of parliament and assented to as a law by the president. In our addendum, at the end, it's the president who signs after we have verified all these things that it is okay and it's clear. Now, the conferment of the Order of the Grand Warrior, the MBS, CBS, normally the selection comes from the executives, the legislature, and the parliament. Those people forward the names. But because this now is also an act of parliament, and this one is there now, we are complementing each other. Hii ni kitengo ambacho inatambua mashujaa. People who really did marvelous for these nations in all aspects, in philanthropy, in traditional knowledge, spiritual leaders, in freedom fighters and all those. So kwa hivyo hii kitengo hiki na ile ingine twakwenda sambamba, we complement each other. But our position also is within the wisdom of the government, we see a reality where these ones will be merged or collapsed into each other. That is what we see, because the board members of the National Heroes Council are predominantly civilians. But the conferment, the Heroes Award, are people at the office of the president and at the office of the president. So we would also like that these two institutions be merged into each other with a view to making sure that we recognize and establish the heroes' requirements. If you look at that, the Heroes Square, which is in Uhuru Garden, falls under us. So it's up to us to make sure that we maintain and retain all those. Any other question?